The association is the open source body of the ecosystem, meaning that we want to be what the Linux Foundation is for operating system. We want to be the same for BSV blockchain.
Basically, the problem we're trying to solve with Block Dojo is to help people with a great idea, a lot of technical people in there that might have a technical solution, but then how do you turn that technical solution into a business?
I'm talking to Thomas Giacomo from the BSV Association. You were talking this morning about some of the things that the association does to sort of facilitate activity on the network and make things easy for people to join it. What are some of the main things you're doing?
We want to be the neutral entity in the ecosystem, focused on building open source components. So when I say open source components, I mean core infrastructure open source components such as the node software, but also the overlay services and the SPV wallets. These components are part of our roadmap this year. In addition to these core infrastructure components, we are also involved in standardizing the different BSV libraries, allowing different developers to use some of the core BSV features in their preferred programming languages.
Yeah, I remember you saying in your presentation that BSV's set-in-stone protocol rules are one of the things that enable it to pass the Howey test and to be regulatorily compliant. How does that work exactly?
And we are talking about the Bitcoin white paper rules, right? So we strictly apply the Bitcoin white paper, and these are the rules that should be respected by all stakeholders of the ecosystem. When we say that these rules are set in stone, we mean that in order to prevent any centralization of power, we make sure that no one can change the rule. So if no one can change the rule, then you don't have centralization of power, and then you have the decentralization, right? As no one can change the rule, no one can affect the price of BSV with this rule, so that's the reason why BSV should not be considered as a security.
You talked about changing the topology to a Mandala network. Sounds very fancy to a non-developer like me. Can you explain a little bit about what that means?
On the Mandala network, you have a core node center which act as a foundational layer of this network, on top of which you can build sub-layer. The Mandala network has some small world capabilities, meaning that the distance between two participants of the network are very low, and this is considered as one of the most resilient networks on Earth. That's why we always refer to Mandala network when you describe BSV, because that's one of the most resilient blockchain in terms of networks, in terms of security.
Excellent. Well, continue doing the good work. Thanks a lot, Thomas. I'm talking now to Matthias from the Block Dojo. Matthias, that was a very engaging and somewhat sentimental speech. Could you just tell us what the meaning behind that was?
There's loads of people who have great ideas, but they don't know where to get started. And that's what the program is trying to provide. It's a structured way to get you from this is my early stage idea all the way to I'm ready to go talk to investors, I have a pitch, I have an MVP, I have a financial model, everything that comes with building a business. And it's more than just a technical product that you need to build. That's the problem we're trying to solve.
Can you tell us about some of the success stories you've had so far?
So we've built over 60 companies at this point. Some of them have done really, really well for themselves. I think Librero is a good example. Really has worked with Enchain and has done really well for themselves. I think Combat IQ is another one. Move Genius. There's loads of companies that have left our program and are now in their seed stage and building out the next big thing.
You were saying in your presentation that one of the main things you do is you put people in touch with all these important people, the mentors, the investors, exactly. That kind of thing. Where do all these people come from?
Build a network over years. We now exist for 3 years, but over time we really have some amazing people that wanted to join Block Dojo, and it's amazing, especially like mentors that do it all for free. They love giving back, right? They are successful founders themselves or had a stellar career in the corporate world, but they love helping early stage entrepreneurs build their dreams. They get no compensation for it, but they do it because they want to share their expertise and give back, basically.
Thank you very much, Matthias.
Pleasure's all mine. Thank you.
you.